Holy crap. Past another sailboat house. Right. Like I said, it's supposed to be a cave in here. Already passed the spot where the cave is marked on the map, so. Susie's Cave. Oh. Susie's Cave where thimbleberries are ripe. Where does this go? We're going to find out. Oh, low ceiling. Cool. Can't beat this. Nice sunny day. A little bit of a breeze. I don't hear boat crunching sounds, so it's probably a good sign. Look at that. I bet that's a piece of a ship. See the holes with a bolt? It seems to have worked out well with a rock. There she is. Another sailboat out for the day. There they are. Past another sailboat. This is all part of the Edison fishery. It says there were 40 of these fisheries run by Scandinavian families. The Rock Harbor Lighthouse behind me was the first of 4 lighthouses, and then there's another light, but it was the first back in 1855. So they were mining copper here, and the ships were running aground, and they were demanding that they put up some lighthouses. So this was built 1855. That same year they stopped mining copper, and so it was no longer necessary. So they had it open for 4 more years and then closed it. Then they opened it up again when some more mining picked up several years later in the 70s. Again, it only lasted for a few years, so they closed it again after that, and now they just preserve it. That's false advertising. It's a very pretty place. Little sailboat in the distance. Hey, if you're enjoying this video so far, then please go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and perhaps share it with some other folks who might be interested in this sort of thing. My goal with Adventures in Reach is to get folks outside, building your confidence out here. There's a lot to be said for just feeling closer to nature and all that it is, thinking through things, and I appreciate you watching. This is a capstan winch off of the Monarch that sank. Look at the size of this thing. It's enormous. Anyway, you'd stick poles through here and wind it up as it went. Each of these would lock in. It's pretty awesome. So some divers recovered this, pulled it up, and put it here by the lighthouse. On the way to the Ojibwe Lookout Tower. I am on top of Ojibwe Mountain at Isle Royale National Park. My sailboat, you can see, is right over there. No, you can't see my sailboat. Well, everything is gray. The sky, the water, the spars, my dry bag. It's just a gray, rainy day. But my mood is not gray. And that's because partly I took a shorter day yesterday, and I met an amazing family there. And I just went up to ask if they had the marine forecast, because they're on a 36-foot sailboat, and of course everybody has a marine radio on a boat. And I was offered dinner and a couple glasses of wine and some just some good conversation, and they're interested in my channel, and yeah, just exchange some sailboat stories and adventure stories and discussions about life. And so I really appreciated that time. It was cool to meet some sailors who were very excited about just that it's possible to do this stuff with a small boat that they know. And so stayed up the latest I have so far on this trip. I want to remind you guys that basically any time that I travel and meet other people, those people are good. They're generally good people, and it's very helpful when I'm reminded that most people in the world, I think, are good when it comes down to it. You have that one-on-one conversation, you understand each other, you have a little respect, some conversation, you realize that you have a lot of things in common. And I think that's the case with most people. I just think that there is a lot more in common that humans have versus in contrast. I just came through the channel by the Rock Harbor Lighthouse over there. I just want to point out this marker buoy here. My shelter I was sleeping in was about 3/4 of a mile from this thing, and I heard it through the night. I always sleep really well, and just because that sound is so different, it did wake me up a couple times. It's like, what is that? But kind of cool sounds of the sea. Sometimes hard to appreciate the waves from the boat you're in. So I've got consistent 2 to 3 foot waves. A lot of 4s rolling through, and then periodically I'll see a 5. It's pretty sweet to see the splashes they're making. The thing to keep in mind is that this boat, because it's short, it doesn't bridge between the waves usually. So it fits down in the trough and back up, and it's a little more stable that way. It would be nice if the bow was up a little higher, where you could break some of the waves and not plow under sometimes, but it seems to be handling very well today. I took out my GPS, which is in miles an hour for speed, and it says that I'm going 6 to 8.5 miles an hour, just really cruising. So it's pretty cool. I'm kind of skipping over some of the waves, and then every once in a while I'll dive in because I catch up and it slows down and then start skipping along again. Keep in mind with these small boats, especially, you know, if you're by yourself, it's hard to, you know, be able to take a break to do much of anything in bigger waves. You know, it's hard to eat, drink, go to the bathroom, anything. So I may have to duck into a bay or something. All right, so I'm at this nice little rocky beach in the lee of this island over here. It was interesting coming in here because I couldn't see any sign of it being shallow or rocks or anything, but if you saw me pull my dagger board up, it's like maybe 3 feet deep, and the waves are pretty big, so it's like, oh, I hope I don't hit. I hope you can see the size of those waves in the footage. You know, I was just feeling like I really just needed to pee. Then I'm also actually a little chilly, just a little bit. And, you know, part of that is I just needed to eat. And part of that, like, you're constantly doing something, and so you don't tend to your other needs. And yeah, it was nice to, it was a good call to come in, get some food, get a little warmer. I might put my neoprene hood on for the next bit. Winds have picked up, waves have picked up. Are you convinced yet that a sunfish can handle what you can handle? It's a pretty capable little boat. If you're enjoying this video, then please hit the like, subscribe, turn on your notifications, share it with other folks, other sailors, outdoor people. People that need to, I don't know, see something different. It certainly, as I've said many times, it goes a long way to motivating me to keep doing these videos. In the next and fourth video of this series, you will see some more intense sailing, some moose sign, decision making about when to hit the water and when to wait, and flipping over. The smart boats are back in the cove here.